She never complained. Not when her hands cracked from washing other people's clothes. Not when her feet swelled after standing all day in rich houses that were never hers. Not even when hunger slept beside us at night. My mother raised me alone. I was too young to understand why my father never came back. People said he died. Others whispered that he ran away. My mother never corrected anyone. She simply said, Allah knows best. We lived in a single-room house with a leaking roof. When it rained, water dripped onto the floor like tears falling from the ceiling. My mother would place old pots beneath the leaks and smile at me as if it were a game. See, she'd say, the house is crying, but we are still alive. She woke before sunrise every day. I used to pretend I was asleep, but I watched her quietly. She would sit on the edge of the bed, wrap her dupatta around her head, and whisper prayers under her breath. Then she'd look at me, her eyes always stopping there a second longer, as if memorizing my face. She worked everywhere she could, cleaning, cooking, washing, stitching clothes late into the night. Sometimes she returned home with swollen fingers and a tired smile. She would hide her pain behind that smile and say, "Today I earned enough. Tomorrow will be better." I believed her. Children always do. When I fell sick, she sold her bangles. When school demanded fees, she skipped meals. When winter came, she wrapped me in her shawl and shivered silently. She made my dreams possible by killing her own. One night, while stitching under a dim bulb, she asked softly, "Beta, when you grow up, you won't leave me, will you?" I laughed. "Why would I leave you, Ami? You're all I have." She smiled, but her eyes filled with something I didn't recognize then, fear. She touched my head and whispered, "May Allah keep your heart soft." I didn't know life was already sharpening it. As I grew older, I saw the world differently. I saw classmates wearing clean shoes while mine were torn. I saw mothers dropping children to school in cars while mine waited outside, embarrassed by her old clothes. I started feeling ashamed, not of her love, but of her poverty. When relatives visited from abroad, they spoke about money like it was air, easy to breathe, endless. They talked about tall buildings, clean streets, and salaries that sounded unreal. "You're smart," one uncle told me. "Go abroad. There's no future here." I looked at my mother. She smiled weakly. That night she didn't sleep. When I finally got a chance to go abroad, my heart raced, not with excitement but hunger. This is it, I thought. This is my escape. My mother listened quietly as I spoke about visas, jobs, and money. She nodded, but her hands trembled. "So you'll be far," she said slowly. "Only for some time," I replied quickly. "I'll earn well. I'll build you a house. I'll come back." She didn't ask when, she just said, "Promise me you won't forget me." I hugged her. How can I forget my own mother? She cried silently that night. I told myself it was tears of happiness. I was wrong. On the day I left, she woke up earlier than usual. She cooked my favorite food even though money was tight. She packed it carefully, as if distance could be folded inside a box dot at the door. She held my hand tightly. "Call me," she said. "I will," I replied. "Don't delay." She whispered, "I won't." She kissed my forehead, her lips trembling as I walked away. I didn't turn back. I didn't see her standing there long after I disappeared, watching the empty road, already learning how to wait. The plane landed in a world that did not know my mother's name. Tall buildings, cold air, rushing people, everything looked powerful, expensive, important. I told myself, this sacrifice will be worth it. The first days were hard. Long shifts, heavy work, sleepless nights, but every night my phone rang. "Beta, have you eaten? Is your work difficult? Are you warm enough?" My mother's voice crossed oceans just to check if I was alive. I would answer patiently at first. I told her everything, the job, the room, the streets. She listened like a child hearing a story, laughing softly even when she didn't understand half of it. "I pray for you every day," she said. "I know," I replied. "And I wait," she added quietly. Months passed, my salary improved, my clothes changed, my phone upgraded, my life became busy, or so I told myself. Her calls started feeling long. I would check the time and say, "Ami, I'm tired, I'll call later." Later became tomorrow. Tomorrow became next week. Still, she called. Sometimes I didn't answer. Sometimes I messaged, busy. She never complained. Instead, she said, "You must be working hard. Don't worry about me." I sent money regularly. I thought that was enough. I didn't realize money cannot sit beside someone at night. Back home, her days became silent. Neighbors said she waited near the door every evening. She kept my room clean, untouched. She cooked my favorite food on Fridays, then ate it alone. When relatives visited, they asked, "When is your son coming?" She smiled. "Soon, inshallah." After they left, she cried quietly. Her health started failing. Weakness, pain, dizzy spells. But when I called, she said, "I'm fine, Beta. Just tired." She didn't want to worry me. She never did. One night after weeks I finally called. She answered instantly as if she had been holding the phone. "Beta, I was just praying," she said happily. I checked the time. It was late. "Ami, why are you awake?" "I sleep early," she lied. "I just woke up." I talked for 5 minutes. She wanted more. "Stay on the line," she requested softly. "Just hearing your voice helps." I sighed quietly, but she heard it. "Okay," she said quickly. "Go rest." She hung up first. That night, for the first time, I felt something heavy in my chest and ignored it. Eid came. She called early in the morning. Eid Mubarak. Beta, I made sheer kurma. I was half asleep. Eid Mubarak, Ami, I said quickly. I'll call later. Later never came. That evening, she wore old clothes and sat alone. She waited for my call until the lights went out. Work, time difference, stress. I used every excuse to justify my silence. When she asked, when will you visit? I replied, soon, I'm saving money. She smiled through the phone. Take your time. I'll wait. She didn't know waiting was killing her. One day she said, Beta, neighbors say I should live with relatives. I don't want to. What if you come and I'm not here? I laughed lightly. Ami, you think too much. She didn't laugh back. I just want to see you once, she said. Then Allah can do what he wants. I changed the topic. Winter arrived where I lived, cold, sharp, unforgiving. Back home, winter arrived quietly and stayed inside my mother's bones. Her voice started sounding weaker. When she spoke, she paused, often catching her breath. Still, she tried to sound normal. Beta, it's very cold here, she said once. Wear warm clothes. I replied automatically. She smiled through the phone. I worry about you even now. I didn't ask about her health. One afternoon I received a voice message. Her voice trembled. Beta, I felt dizzy today. The doctor says it's weakness. Nothing serious. Don't worry. I listened halfway, then got busy. I replied with text. Take medicine. I sent money. She sent back a short voice note. Okay, that was all. No complaints, no drama, just silence wrapped in obedience. Neighbors later told me she stopped sitting outside. She stopped visiting anyone. She stopped talking much. She sat near the window waiting. Sometimes she held my old shirt. Sometimes she talked to my photo. Just come once, she whispered to it. I won't ask for anything else. At night, pain woke her. She prayed instead of calling me. One day my aunt called. Your mother fainted today, she said carefully. She's in the hospital. My heart jumped, but only for a moment. Is it serious? I asked. She keeps asking for you, my aunt replied. I looked at my calendar. Work deadlines, bills, commitments. I'll try to come soon. I said ID in single quotes to her. Messages changed before. Beta, eat properly. Beta, take care. Now Beta, are you free? Sometimes I didn't answer at all. Sometimes she sent nothing, and that scared me less than it should have. One night, she finally called. Her voice was barely there. Beta, I feel very alone today. I was tired, irritated. Ami, I'm busy, please rest. There was a long pause. Then she said softly, okay. Before hanging up, she added, may Allah protect you. That was the last time I heard her voice. She stopped eating properly. She stopped hoping loudly. She prayed more. She asked neighbors to forgive her if she had ever hurt them. She gave away small things, utensils, clothes. When someone asked why, she said, my son will come soon. I won't need much. She waited. Early one morning my phone rang. It wasn't her number. Your mother is very sick, my aunt said, crying. She keeps asking for you. I froze. I'm booking a ticket, I said quickly, for the first time meaning it. But life doesn't wait for intentions. I booked the ticket with shaking hands. For the first time in years, money meant nothing to me. All I could hear was my aunt's broken voice. She keeps asking for you. At the airport, people rushed past me laughing, talking, living. I stood still, staring at the departure board, whispering only one sentence inside my heart. Ami, please wait a little longer. The flight felt endless. I didn't sleep. I didn't eat. Every second felt like a punishment for every call I had ignored. I remembered her words again and again. Just hearing your voice helps. I'll wait. Come once. My chest felt heavy, like guilt had finally learned how to breathe. When I reached my street, everything looked smaller. The same door, the same walls, but something was missing. There was no light inside. I knocked even though I knew she couldn't open it. My aunt opened the door with red, swollen eyes. She didn't say anything. She didn't need to. My aunt spoke softly behind me. She asked for you till the end. She said, she kept saying, my son will come. Just let me see him once. I closed my eyes. I imagined her weak body fighting pain, not for life, but for one last meeting, and I wasn't there. Beside her pillow was my old photograph, worn, faded under it. A folded paper. My name was written on it. With trembling hands I opened it. My son, if you are reading this, it means I waited as much as Allah allowed me to. Don't blame yourself too much. I was always proud of you. I just wanted to see your face once more. May Allah forgive you, and forgive me for wanting you so much. I broke, not loudly, not dramatically, just silently. The way she had suffered. People gathered. They said kind words. She was very patient. She raised you well. She waited with hope. Every sentence felt like a knife when I lifted her body for burial. My hands trembled. These were the same hands that once carried me when I was tired. Now they carried regret. After the burial, people went back to their lives. I stayed. I sat near her grave until sunset. I'm here now, Ami, I whispered. I came back. The wind answered me. The house did not welcome me. It stood silent. Cold, like it had already accepted that its heart was gone. Every corner carried her presence. Every wall remembered her voice. Every breath I took felt borrowed. For years, this house had waited with her. Now it waited without her. I entered my old room. Nothing had changed. The same cracked mirror, the same small shelf, the same prayer mat folded neatly in the corner. My bed was made untouched, as if she believed I would come any day. I sat on it slowly. The mattress still smelled faintly of old soap and memories that night. I couldn't sleep. I closed my eyes and heard her footsteps. I opened them and saw only darkness for the first time in my life. I understood what loneliness truly meant. The next morning, neighbors came. They told me things she never told me herself. She woke up before Fajr every day. One woman said, she prayed for you by name. She refused to eat properly. Another added, she said, if my son comes, I want to look strong. Someone else said quietly, she used to sit at the door every evening, even when she was sick. Each sentence crushed something inside me. I had thought sending money meant love, but love, I learned too late, needs presence, not currency. In the kitchen, I found 2 cups placed together. One was hers, one was mine. Dust had settled inside them. My aunt said softly, she made tea every evening. 2 cups, she said, if he comes suddenly, I don't want him to wait. I held that cup and cried for the first time loudly, not like a child, like a man who realized too late what he lost. Days passed. Relatives left. Condolences stopped. Silence returned, but guilt stayed. It followed me everywhere. When I ate, I remembered her hunger. When I slept, I remembered her waiting. When I breathed, I remembered her prayers. I kept replaying the same thoughts. Why didn't I answer that call? Why did I delay one visit? Why did money matter more than her heartbeat? There were no answers, only punishment. I had to go back. Work demanded it. As I packed my bags, my hands shook this time. Leaving felt like betrayal. At the door, I stopped. The same door where she once held my hand and said, call me. I touched the frame. I'm sorry, Amy, I whispered. I didn't know how expensive time was. When I returned abroad, nothing felt the same. The tall buildings felt hollow. The money felt dirty. The success felt meaningless. At night, I opened my phone, then remembered there was no one left to call, no one to ask, have you eaten? No one to wait for my voice. For the first time, I was truly rich and completely orphaned. She started appearing in my dreams. Always the same scene. She stood at the door, holding my favorite food, smiling. Waiting. I would run toward her and wake up before reaching. Every time I began to fear sleep, I donated money. I helped strangers. I built a small charity in her name. People praised me. Forgiveness does not come from the world, it comes from the heart. You broke, and hers was already buried. One evening, I sat alone and played her old voice messages I once ignored. Her voice cracked. Her words simple, beta, just hearing your voice helps. I pressed pause and finally understood. She didn't need my success. She didn't need my money. She didn't need a big house. She just needed me. I wrote her a letter. I knew she would never read it, but I needed to write it. Amy, you gave me everything and asked for nothing. I gave you nothing and took everything. I thought earning money was love. Now I know love was you. If regret had weight, it would crush me. Forgive me for coming late. Forgive me for choosing distance over you. I folded the letter and placed it near her grave on my next visit. The wind carried my words away. Whenever someone says, I'll visit my mother later, I stop them. Whenever someone says, I'm busy earning, I shake my head. Because I know something they don't yet. Mothers don't wait forever. Time doesn't respect intentions, and money cannot replace presence. I still work. I still earn, but my heart remains behind. At a door where a mother waited until her last breath, every achievement feels incomplete. Every celebration feels quiet. Because the one person who deserved to see it all is no longer here. If your mother is alive, call her. If she is waiting, go to her. Don't let her prayers turn into silence. Don't let her waiting turn into a grave. Because one day, like me, you might say, I came back, but not in time.